What is the #1 worst movie of 2021 for me? What could it possibly be? You've named a lot of bad ones there. I know you know it.
I know now.
Some of you might know it, but some of you out there are scratching your head. Really? Corey, what could be worse than Tom and Jerry? Let There Be Carnage. Karen? That should have been your #1. No, y'all, this one really, for some reason, I haven't even seen all the movies in this series, but this one just bugged the shit out of me. Hey everyone, Double Toasted Live is headed to Florida for 2 back-to-back shows. Gonna be in Miami Thursday, January 20th, and then in Orlando, Friday, January 21st. Get your tickets now by going to x1entertainment.com. Super VIP and VIP tickets available right now. And when you do go to get your tickets, we have a very special discount for you for a limited time only. Type in the code DT2022 when you go to x1entertainment.com and get 15% off your ticket price. Also, check out our new merch store at tpublic.com. We have new merch and new designs available right now with many more on the way. Check them out by clicking the link in the description below. People, welcome to the worst of 20. Gotta give some respect to the worst, Martin. 21! A year of bullshit. But not completely. I would even say that it was kind of hard for me to go in and pick some of these worst movies. I will even say this. Now, some of these movies, we usually say, based on our rating system, that's how we chose these films. The rating being either some old bullshit or the old dreaded FU. You can fill in the blanks on that one. But I did go back, and because I'm not as, I don't go off on movies like I used to, but I recognize when movies are not good for everybody or overall. And so some of these movies that I picked, I actually gave rentals to, but they were reluctant rentals.
The same here. So, yeah, as I was going back through, I was like, okay, one, because of the pandemic, fewer movies came out. And there's a lot of movies that I know are on people's worst of lists that I missed. Yeah. But I was going through, I was like, okay, some of these I gave rentals, but they were really kind of low rentals, or some I gave rentals, but when I thought back to them later, I'm like, they were kind of bullshits, but I was being generous at the time. And yeah, you know, you're trying to get enough on there. At the, you know, basically, I was trying to be fair, and I stick to probably my rental ratings for these, but overall, compared to all the other movies that are out there, if I had to put them on a scale, these are still the lowest of the low.
Plus, people change their minds, and so I just realized I was too nice. Some films like, no, I deserve some bullshit.
No more, Mr. Nice Guy.
I don't know.
No more, Mr. Clean. Mr. Oh, she know. I like the way he's like, I don't know what y'all talking about.
I'll let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish. Talk about movies, something I know.
I picked 10. I almost didn't, but I picked 10. And let's go ahead and start with, as we always do, number 10 first, working our way up to 1. Number 10 on my worst of 2021.
That dragon marking? That's Mortal Kombat.
Oh, that looks cool, Corey. How could you put that on your list?
I know. Well, you know what? I give that scene a full price.
Sure.
The rest of this movie can go to hell. The thing with this movie right here is that I'm mad because it didn't actually live up to the potential of what it had there.
I know.
Now, I gave this a low rental, or probably rental, I think, because I understand there was some basic-ass Mortal Kombat fans out there just happy to have a rated R Mortal Kombat. They kept talking about how I'm just happy to have some of the fatalities. I'm happy to have blood and guts.
Easter eggs.
Yeah, I'm happy to have Easter eggs. Oh, they did some shit kind of like they did in the game. You know, but anyone else who's actually looking for a good movie, keep going.
Oh, should I come in there? No. No, you know, they have fun with characters like, oh, y'all Australian boy. Kano, who was fun to watch.
Personality. Yeah. The only one.
But for the rest of this movie, you know, the problem with this movie is that it tried to actually, and this is why I understand, they tried to go in there and they said, we're going to take this seriously because that's what the fans want. But it took itself way too goddamn seriously.
It was dry.
While still somehow, for those, I mean, listen, for those, I said basic ass fans because y'all just happy to see the basics. But for some of the people who really love Mortal Kombat, they said, you still missed the goddamn point with this. You know, a lot of people are saying, man, look, we're in a world where people are fighting dudes with giant orange dudes with 4 arms. You know, we're getting people turning to fire dragons. There's a reason why that first Mortal Kombat worked. It's because it did not take itself too seriously and also understood the game. And this one did not do that.
It's not even a tournament.
It's gearing up for it.
Yeah, great.
Hey, but if we make a second one, maybe you'll get that tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I said maybe. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Calm down. No.
Oh, okay. So you put some fatalities in there. So you put some stuff in there. Oh my God, I got the origin of Jack's arms in here. Which, by the way, when he got his metal arms, that was stupid as.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's a lot of this. What's wrong with this movie is, first of all, you did not get the audience for this movie. Okay, sure, we got more blood. Sure, we got an origin of somebody's metal arms up in here. But really, nobody gave a f about this new character that you created. Cole
Young.
No one cared about that character. And also, a lot of this movie, sure, you're taking us to the netherworld. We're having these tournaments, but outside of those benchmarks right there, outside of those that iconography, it's all anything goes storytelling. A lot of the times that these people got their powers, it made no sense. You'd be better off not even telling us.
They set up rules and then just kind of tossed them aside.
Yeah. And really, when the fights come down to it, some of the fights are good. They made sure to put focus on the major fights in there. But really, a lot of these fights are dull. A lot of them are not as good.
I think they make the mistake of they have like 4 fights going on at the same time. They keep cutting back and forth between those 4 fights. And I'm like, I don't even remember.
I'm happy that the people got out there, and I really appreciate the approach of trying to pay respect and take it seriously. But really, it was funny, you're trying to take it seriously, and most people are walking away from this movie talking about, that was just stupid. They didn't even try to be deep with it. It's like, man, I don't fucking get it. It was just stupid. And you know what? If you're going to take it that seriously, you better have some tighter and better storytelling, some better characterization, or have fun with it. Don't take it that seriously. Have what you said. Have Johnny Cage come into the world.
I don't know what's going on.
And what the f is happening, man?
That's some great special effects right there.
Yeah.
We needed that character. You need the audience avatar.
Somebody in the chat said it right. You needed James Gunn to come in and do something like this.
Yeah, because he would have had fun.
You don't do a movie like this when the animated version has already shown you how to do it, and you completely ignore that.
Oh, yeah, that animated version that they did, we watched that, and that was fun. All right.
Or don't.
No, you know what? I would love to see another try because I love that animated version. I don't love it. I really,
but it's fun.
I
really like it a lot.
Yeah.
I would love to see a live action version with the right actor be done that way.
Yeah, it's weird to watch this one and go like, nah, I still prefer that first one from how many years
Same.
ago?
That
1995.
It's funny.
My number 9 worst movie of the year.
Bodyguarding.
Yeah, that was me watching the movie.
Then he got pulled back in.
Let's go! In 4 days, all of you lump will burn.
Antonio Banderas being silly ass Antonio Banderas. People, this is the Hitman's wife's bodyguard.
Oh, you got it. You nailed it.
That was like the wife's bodyguarding hits of man. You know,
it's a Mad Lib.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's a Mad Lib ass movie too, man. People, the Hitman's wife's bodyguard. I didn't like the first one.
Same.
The Hitman's bodyguard. I know a lot of people did. I just I was not crazy about it, but I understood people liked it. But this one, it took everything that was annoying about the first film and just made it louder.
Yeah, that tends to be what happens. This was the film that I expected the first one to be. I think it didn't make my list in as much as there's, I don't know if I'd say a third, but a quarter of it that I thought, okay, this is actually kind of funny and works. But the rest of it was as annoying as you're about to explain.
It's louder in every annoying way. They had a clever title and said, well, and the first one was a hit. Let's make another one, and they had nothing else.
And they had the actors agree to come back.
There's so many actors that come in here. They don't do anything with what's the
Frank
Punisher?
Grillo.
Frank Grillo.
Yeah.
Boy, I've never seen Frank Grillo be as bad as in this movie because he has nothing to do.
Nothing to do.
Ryan Reynolds is okay, mainly because he's not screaming and yelling and shouting his ass off, but he's still being Ryan Reynolds. And I love Ryan Reynolds, but that shit is getting old.
He's coasting on that.
Yeah. He's that whole Ryan Reynolds
maybe that was it. That like after this, by the time I got the Free Guy, I'm like, yeah, I'm over this.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds / Deadpool is getting old.
What's the difference?
But at least he's not yelling his lines and screaming everything. And he is being somewhat charming and charismatic, unlike everybody else in the movie, because everybody else in the movie is violent and crazy and unlikable. You know, this movie is just, it's got nothing, man. And another situation of, let's just make a sequel because we got the actors and can make them do the sequel. And we'll just throw a lot of money at them anyway. Yeah, I'm tired of that shit, man. Movie really bothered me, and like I said, if I didn't like the first one, I damn sure had nothing in here to make me turn around. At this point, it's almost like this movie said, "F you, Corey." You know what?
But we know you got to come see it anyway.
Yeah, we know you got to be back. We made this movie just to piss you off. All right, my number 8 worst movie of 2021.
What the?
Can I change my list? I don't know how I completely forgot this.
I might let you do your list on Wednesday.
Okay.
And let him do his today since he doesn't have to come back.
Yeah.
But people, Resident Evil, welcome to some bullshit. Yeah. Welcome to Raccoon City. Now, I actually don't hate this. I actually appreciate some things that they've done. I think some things that they did are pretty commendable in the sense that they really did try to bring in some of the gameplay into the movie. They went back and tried to do straight horror. They went back, and anybody who played the games, they went back to the mansion. But the problem is they tried to fit 2 movies in one. So they have what is it?
It's Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 2. They're combining.
Combined. Where they put the police station there too. So it's a problem of trying to do too much. I did admire how they put things into the movie like puzzles from the game, notes that you read they put into the movie. While I appreciate everything that they had to do, I also, as a fan of the series, am amazed at how much they got f***ing wrong in this.
Yeah, it's kind of incredible.
It's insane how much they got wrong here. For one, like I said, trying to put 2 movies into one when you had one perfectly good movie to do,
and you don't have the budget to combine 2 games either.
Yes, and in that trailer they didn't put an image of this person there because they know. And then they know it looks stupid, but this is my biggest problem with the film right here. And I know I sound like a Resident Evil nerd. How y'all made, not only did you get the look wrong, but you got the personality wrong. Leon Kennedy, played by the guy from Zombieland. I forgot his name. As our man said, the one who always sends us videos in his emails.
Drew.
Drew, as Drew said, run around the movie looking like an Arabian dumbass.
Yeah.
Always saying, what's going on?
What's happening? What's going on? What do I do? What do we do? What do you want me? Hey, what do you want me to do? That guy was clueless. A horrible character. Be a horrible character for any movie, but even made worse by taking a fan favorite and not making it anything like that. That is not a slap in the face. That is spreading your cheeks and shitting down the fans' mouths, man. That is really bad.
Damn.
That's
a Resident Evil monster, I think. That's an attack, I believe.
I think that says it all.
I'll go one farther. I think of the Paul W.S. Anderson films of the Mia Jovovich, movies.
Yeah.
I think this is by far the worst. I think those films are better.
Yeah.
Now
I thought that too.
Yeah.
Now I didn't dislike this as much as you guys did, but I did come around on something where you said that those Paul
W.S. Anderson,
that those movies are much better than this. I finally come around on that, and I was like, nah, those were aware of what they were doing.
They're aware of what they do. They're over the top. You go, this is insane.
Yeah.
But I do understand what's happening.
True.
Here. And I watched this, and I was like, I don't know what the f is going on.
It makes the big mistake of including things in there, and the only way you would know what's going on is if you played the games. If you didn't, you'd be like, I don't know what the hell's happening.
Yeah.
Why? What's that monster? What's the explanation for that? Why is that there?
And I
didn't know what anybody's motivation was.
There you go. Yeah. Unless you played the games.
Characters were doing things. So I was like you leaving town. Just tell this guy what's happening.
Yeah. It's too much. You're introducing characters that had no business being in here because those characters aren't explained. They have a girl. Goddamn mutant girl. I'm not going to say the name or tell you, but but she's running through the movie and
no explanation why I can get anywhere.
Why nothing's explained. Also, the dialogue is terrible. They made sure to let you know who each character was. Claire, it's your brother Chris. What are you doing? They made sure that you knew these characters' name. because some of them don't even look like the characters. The ones that I like Wesker, the casting of Wesker.
Yeah, I didn't even like him
but,
either. He wasn't like the character.
Well, that's the problem. You know, they got some of the looks down, but the characters weren't the characters that they were in the game. And also, just some of the dumbest moments with characters in the movie. They have one guy who's in a jail cell. He sees a zombie coming to life. He sees a guy there with a gun. Guy gives him the gun. What does he do? Does he actually shoot the zombie first? No. He actually holds it until the zombie attacks and kills that mother. Man, I actually had to say, wow, this would be bad writing for anything. Yeah. This would be bad writing for the games. Yeah. And the games are badly written.
They're bad. That's kind of the point, though. I'm just impressed you made something worse.
Yeah, and they actually made it worse. Let's go to my number 7. Worst movie. Y'all gonna look at this and be like, God damn. Either you're gonna be mad because it's on my list, or for those who feel like I do, they're gonna be like, just 7?
What's mine is yours. And what's yours is mine.
Oh, shit, that was me trying to get out the movie.
Yeah. Now you're way out.
All right.
I tasted blood before, and that all I ever wanted in this world. Is carnage.
There you go, people. Venom 2. There will be carnage. And as I said in my review, I love how I would give Venom this. Venom, just like he did with Eddie, he took over all y'all, man. He took over all y'all's minds out there. He really made y'all think he was doing something.
I will say I'm on the list of people going like, just number 7.
Yeah. Oh, I got to wait till you see the rest.
Okay. Boy,
Venom took y'all's minds over and made y'all think that this movie was really saying something smart. Really? You got your fucking mind? This is a movie with nothing. This is a movie that had nothing. This is just, what this movie had, the same odd couple sexual tension gag going on between Eddie and Venom, which leads up to a CG blob fight, and that's all it is. Yeah. This is a movie where it's just in bits with no real narrative momentum. It's just the same, it's on repeat. It's a cycle of the same scenes.
It's only a fraction of those. At least with the first movie, it felt like it was in a realized world, like an actual world. And here, it's so sparse that it's like, okay, there's only room for the main characters who speak. There's no real consequences outside of what's happening with these two.
I keep hearing from people like, no, this is, I know what they're doing. This is a callback to those 90s superhero films, those late 90s, Batman and Robin. And we should like those. We should appreciate those. So it was like, give me a goddamn break. You weren't appreciating back then.
Those are the dark ages.
Yeah, those are the dark ages.
Who at any time sat up here and said, we should go back to Batman and Robin? Who the f wants that?
Or Spawn.
Yeah, our Spawn.
That's what it reminded me of. Spawn.
Are we so ironic now that we want to go back to that bullshit period? Because people looking at this and they're thinking, yeah, you're right.
That's what it is.
This is some satire of 90s superhero movies.
Yep.
Why do y'all want to do that? Those people out there is like, yeah, you know what? It's about time somebody stuck it to Marvel. Go, Sony.
Part of that, too.
Yeah. There's a lot of people out there who they're just happy to see Sony with Marvel because, well, you know, somebody needs to light a fire up Marvel's ass and make them change things up a bit. Out of here, man. Well, can we talk about the movie?
Well, what's the whole like? Yeah, because superhero movies have gotten too self-serious. I'm glad to get to something comedic. It's like the last 4 Marvel movies have been comedies.
Yeah. And by the way, if you show me some comedy with this movie,
right.
You know, maybe I can appreciate it.
One does make me cringe.
The funny thing is, I didn't even mind the spoiler alert. Right? I didn't even mind the whole Tom Hardy, Eddie Brock Venom thing showing up at the end of Spider-Man. I didn't even bother that. You know, because y'all heard me complaining that they were even like getting close, that they wouldn't be mentioned in the same sentence. It didn't even bother me that much. So don't think I'm making this personal with this movie. I'm just looking at it as a movie, and there is nothing there. You pull aside all of the things we talked about, those cycles of bad gags and running gags and Woody Harrelson just delivering dialogue. Tell me what you have. Tell me the story you have. Somehow, some way, somebody said, "Oh, it's a satire," and everybody,
it's something different. That's why they like it.
And everybody bought into the bullshit, and there you go. So well, hey man, look, I don't hate on anybody who likes.
No, like what you like.
You know, if you like it,
I don't get at this though.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like it though. I'll tell you why I don't like it.
I really don't care. You know, like I'm not fighting people over this. I think, and I can see what people enjoy, but I just did not.
Same.
All right, let's get to my number 6 worst movie of 2021.
She can understand everything you are saying to her. And if you are happy, press this one.
People, this is Music, the movie. And, you know, this is, if there's such a thing as blackface for autistic people, this shit is it. If the term autism face didn't exist before, it does now. This is one of the most, this is where I'm getting past Venom, because this is one of the most cringy and embarrassing movies that I saw of 2021. It took the basic stereotype of autism, that whole, you know, the most basic stereotype that a lot of people with autistic relatives and children don't like. And then and played by a non-autistic person, by the way, and thought it was saying something profound. It has all these very nice fantasy musical set pieces. Those are actually directed pretty well. But they're in there because, you know, it's almost like the autistic person character here is there to just be a reason for doing this. Like once she hears music, she goes off into a fantasy world, and then we get these nicely directed art pieces up here. It's almost like she's used as an excuse for that. It's another one of those films where we get the autistic character who cannot communicate with people, but oh, isn't it great how she brought everybody else together? Isn't it great how she changed everyone's lives?
The magical autistic person.
magical, mystical autistic person. Like she's goddamn Forrest Gump. Like, nah, get out of here with this, man. I don't know what Sia's intentions were with this movie. I don't know what Sia's intentions were with this movie. Maybe I'm misguided in my judgment here, but it just didn't feel right when I watched it.
I mean, misguided is the word, because I think her heart was in the right place, and it's very creative, and the actors are all good, but you can't get around that. You just needed somebody to tap her on the shoulder and go, no, you shouldn't do this.
Yeah. Oh, these movies getting to me, man. Ooh,
are they?
They bring it back.
Oh, that's why you're going up the ladder.
I'm going up the ladder.
Or rather down. You're into the depths.
Oh, they're bringing back some stressful moments for me, man. That's why I need to take my herbs, man. Of course. People, that's why I'm glad Super Speciosa is here. Super Speciosa is the sponsor of this portion of the show. We'll continue on with the worst of list in a little bit. But now here's the thing about these herbs right here, which come in pill and powdered form. I don't want to come across as some crazy, whacked out Alex Jones type person who's selling crazy snake oil medicine just because I got to make up for my income when I get sued by my wife, I get my children taken away. You know, it's not that. The reason why
Alex Jones going, come on, man, I ain't got nothing to do with
no,
this.
Yeah, you doing the hell with you. Because I know what people going to say, oh, you doing that Alex Jones shit, selling that crazy stuff. No, people. Let me tell you something. So I've been telling you a lot about products centered around CBD, THC, weed, coffee. And the reason why I'm telling you about these things is because I can't do them. Yeah. Coffee gets me wired.
Yep. Okay.
Weed puts me to sleep.
Yeah.
Those don't tell them what anything else is gonna do. You might catch me running naked down the street if I take the wrong thing.
LSD.
Yeah. You never know. You never know what effects these things are gonna have on me. You know, I can't do these things without either getting sleepy, stupid, or just downright crazy. So, or not being able to sleep. And that's why I have actually requested certain things to be sent to me. And I will try them out because I don't want to sound, again, like some whack job selling you mystical, you know, potions and medicine. So I've been asking for things that help me relax, help me sleep. And I asked for this by name, Super Speciosa. Now, what is Super Speciosa? They sell a herb called kratom. And kratom is an all-natural herb related to the coffee plant that has been used in Thailand for centuries, Martin. And with this, I wanted this because I wanted something that would actually help me relax, keep me focused, because I'll tell you what this does for me. It actually makes me feel like I've drank coffee without feeling wired, without staying up all night, my toes twitching. Okay. Just exactly what I asked for here. Now, I've been taking their pills. I've been taking like 4 of these a day. And another thing that I've noticed, and this is no bullshit, people. Sometimes I don't eat a lot before the shows because I don't have time. When I start taking that, I did not feel as exhausted.
Okay.
As or hungry or feeling like I got to rush because I'm losing focus. So it's kind of helped me stabilize that way too. You know, Super Speciosa, don't worry because they're like, man, they don't know what they put in that thing. There's no telling what's going on. Well, they're not putting anything in there but pure kratom leaf. If you would like to try this, I'm going to give you a reason to do so. If you're like me and you want something to help you relax but not lose focus, coffee drinking has driven you crazy, then try this. Go to getsuperleaf.com/toasted and use the promo code toasted for 20% off your order. And once again, I want to thank Super Speciosa. Super Speciosa. That sounds like a Mexican wrestler, don't it? Yeah. Super Speciosa. Makes me feel like a Mexican wrestler. I want to thank them for supporting this part of the show. And I want to thank you for your support. All right. Let's continue on. The second half. Now we continue with the second half
Sure.
of Worst of 2021.
Now shit gets real.
Oh, it does get real because I had to bring back some memories of things I actually forgot about. And to be honest with you, I can't even really tell you that much because I forgot about it.
Sure.
Which speaks for itself. My number 5 right here.
Do you want to go outside? You know, I have a shrink of my own.
That right there, people, this is the woman in the window. If you're going to kill somebody, if you're going to do something shady, close your goddamn blinds. People, this is a very forgettable, but I remember when watching it, laughing my ass off at how just insanely nonsensical this movie was. It's just a lazy-ass Rear Window. Mm-hmm. I know it's based on a book, but I mean, come on, man. You know, this is the reason why I remember watching this. And I don't remember a whole lot. I just remember a lot of things just started happening because it felt like they just had to get it done.
Sure.
And a lot of those things happened so fast that, oh, no, I don't want to hear you no more, happened so fast that it just wasn't making any sense. But also, if you, again, I say this about a lot of things. I'm not expecting anything to be original. I know people are going to rip off Hitchcock all the time. But if you're going to do it, don't be so goddamn lazy about it.
I couldn't list it because I didn't see all of it. I think I got halfway, and then you told me about the rest of it, and I was like, I'm going to pass.
And I remember that. And what I told you was stupid.
Yes,
I said,
yes,
I warned it. Like, I don't even remember too much. I had to get this today. I didn't have time to go look at this movie again so I could get points. There's a reason why this shit's on my list. Trust me. But I do remember telling you don't need to go no more. I remember describing to you
yes, you did.
How silly the rest of this movie was. I said, man, unless you just want to see it to believe it, you don't need to go watch the rest of this shit. All right, let's go ahead and move on to number 4 worst movie of 2021.
You just took our only formula for super strength.
Everything about you will become stronger.
Dang, it sprained my groin. Do chicks have groins?
And that is why this movie's on my list, because of that shit right there with Melissa McCarthy. People, this is Thunder Force. For whatever premise they had started with, it always goes back to Melissa falling all over the place, pratfalls, physical comedy, getting hit in the groin.
She's fat.
And you thank you. That's what I was gonna say.
Did you know?
And I'm tired of this whole thing of look at me, I'm funny just because I'm fat. Have some more respect than that. And I'm not saying that, and that's not me using that word fat, but that's what it always comes down to.
That's what stick.
It's funny that I'm falling all over the place because I'm a big woman. And I'm tired of that shit with her.
Yeah.
This woman is such a talented and funny woman.
She is.
And
Yep.
I don't even 100%. Care if she does physical comedy, but let's stop doing the lazy shit of like, let's look at a big person just fall and break something. God damn you. Ben Falcone is the director. That's who she's married to. Both of them are talented in their own right, but when they get together, it's almost just kind of like they are just doing things to make each other laugh.
If she's in a comedy that's funny, he is not directing.
His name is not on it.
Yeah.
No. Go look at Spy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he direct that shit? No.
Nope.
Is she funny in it? Yes. Funny how that works. And this is, I'm not asking for originality. Actually, so this is a average person that gets superpowers in a world where superpowers are becoming more prevalent. All right, bullshit. We all heard that before. But her and Octavia Spencer actually started out working pretty well together at the beginning of the movie until she just starts taking it over with her Melissa McCarthy fatisms and pratfalls and whatnot. And then not only does it reduced Melissa McCarthy down to like the same stupid shtick, that an embarrassing shtick she's been doing that I just don't think she needs to do, because I really do like her. I really do. I really do. But also reduces us down to a lame ass superhero movie.
Yeah, another one.
And dialogue is horrible in here. Like the bad one-liners that she's always doing.
The random references.
Yeah. Bobby Cannavale is in this, and he ain't got nothing to do.
He's doing his evil Bobby Cannavale thing that he does.
Hey, we're gonna take over.
I'm a gangster. I'm Italian.
So you see how Venom is kind of down there.
Yeah.
So now you're gonna. Hey, I got more for you. You want to know what could have possibly topped Venom? People, let's go to the number 3 worst movie of 2021.
Hi, I am Karen Drexler. I'm your neighbor.
Is she nice?
Yeah, she's nice.
Wait a minute. We have a white entitled neighbor named Karen.
Exactly. Right? People, number 3 is Karen.
Wow, just the laziest.
Man, this movie is so bad that when it was done, I think I said this in review, but when it was bad, I mean, when it was done, this movie's so bad that I said, you know what? Karens deserve so much better. This movie made me feel bad for Karens. Karens are not this shallow as you. They're a pain in the ass. They're even dangerous, but they are not this shallow as you see in this movie. It took every stereotype of Karen stories that we see in the news, including the lead chick named Karen, and made a movie. It was,
and that ending was the worst.
Oh, I know.
Oh, that preachy ass ending.
Yeah, preachy ending. Yeah.
People, this is not doing anything that the news isn't doing better. You want to see a good Karen movie? Just go watch the news, cut on the internet, flip on your TV, and I can guarantee you, whatever story that you see, it has a better script than this. Now, if you know, had this been a better movie and better timing, the casting would have been perfect. One thing I can say is that, now what, she's exaggerated, but what's her name?
Taryn Manning.
Taryn Manning. She's actually really good as a Karen.
I mean, she's really good at making you hate her, but also like, what is she gonna do next?
Yeah, with her little ass.
Yeah, why don't you just pick her up and put it in a garbage can?
Talking about the garbage. I'll put your ass in the garbage. Come out there and see 2 Karen legs out there sticking, kicking up. Yeah, and also some ridiculous subplots. Yes. There's a whole thing about that, again, trying to tackle too much. Well, since we're talking about Karens, let's tackle police brutality. Right, let's make her brother like a KKK member who's also a policeman. Yeah, let's go and discover like let's discover the Confederate flag soap dispenser.
Oh, I love that. That was my favorite.
No, let's have our black friends come over and we'll all dress in African garb and talk about black issues.
And even the black people didn't come off well in this.
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
They're dressed up in dashikis and shit. Talking about black issues in ways black people don't do.
No.
I mean, we come strong talking about black shit, but we ain't just sitting up there at parties like that.
I mean, it could come along naturally, but not just we got dressed up so we can have this conversation.
We didn't come in like we just got back from Wakanda and we were
you have to show our vacation photos from Wakanda.
Yeah, we're talking about black shit. And this shit, like he's going through a house and finding Confederate flag liquid soap dispensers and shit. Yeah, this is too much. It's too much.
Man, I forgot about this one.
Same, I forgot about it too.
It's
I gotta redo my whole list.
Yeah, I'll give you time. You can do it. It's too much, y'all. It's just stupid. It's just ridiculous. Wait, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and for once I'm gonna talk about the name of the movie before we actually show it. What do you think?
I think. What do you
think is number 2?
Tom and Jerry.
We could hire
Well, you know me very well, Chris Herman.
Yeah. We can leverage millions of years of predatory evolution.
Family filmmaking at its worst.
Yep, 100%.
So you took a premise that relies on what, 2 minutes of chase, a cat and a mouse chasing each other. You took a 2-minute premise, such as a cat chasing a cartoon mouse.
6 minutes, sir.
Oh, sorry. Well, about 2 minutes of setup. We got 2 minutes of resolution.
Then you got 2 minutes of that chase.
And you got 2 minutes of chase. But no, you take a short, 6 minutes, we'll say, and stretch that out into not an hour and 20 minutes, not an hour and 30 minutes, but an hour and 40 minutes.
Was it an hour and 40 minutes?
It's with credits, it's an hour and 41 minutes.
Wow.
You just rehash all of the gags that we see from the chase,
sure,
in those shorts, and just put them in here and fill it in with just lame, nonsensical subplots like, oh, there's a Indian princess who's marrying some white dude. And
they're Instagram stars.
Instagrams, like, yeah, we got to keep that pesky mouse and that cat from disrupting the wedding. Who gives a?
Yeah. Pop songs.
The cringy, because this now, the other things we have to fill this with are the pop songs, the rap songs. There's a whole cat rapping scene in here.
Oh man, the movie opens up with rapping pigeons.
Rapping pigeons, yes. And another thing that ended up, well, it started out kind of cool, but ended up being weird too, was all the animals are cartoons.
Yes.
So that means like when a human got a steak, that it was a cartoon steak.
Yeah. Well, they were inconsistent with it. Sometimes it was, and sometimes it wasn't. I was like, okay.
So which cartoon was my steak before you cut it up and brought it out?
Oh, that was goofy.
Did they actually talk and have a? Did they beg for their lives?
Did they have a family? Did they care?
Yeah. Did they actually look up at you with conscious eyes? You know what people? This is Roger Rabbit in all the worst ways.
Oh wow, yeah.
And the annoying performances by all the live action people.
Everybody.
Yep.
Ken Jeong and especially Michael Pena.
Oh, Michael Pena, that's right.
And what's her name?
Chloe Grace Moretz.
Yeah. She's kind of the less talented Florence Pugh.
I like her. She's just trying to work. I get it, but this right here,
find something else. You can work at something else.
Do some other
She's
shit.
like, no, I can't. You don't understand. I got bills to pay. I'm sorry that I'm not getting Black Widow money.
They also did another thing where, and this is just me, you know, and this is where I might be overreaching here, but I'm gonna tell you how.
No,
you're
not. I know what you're talking about.
You know, they're gonna sit up here and have a whole plot line of a white dude marrying this Indian chick, but Chloe Grace Moretz flirts and hints at a relationship with a black dude in this, and they said, you better not touch that Negro. You better not.
And it's so great to be your friend, Chloe Grace Moretz, at the end of the movie.
They pulled that
handshake. I was like, no.
Pal. Oh, buddy. Fuck you.
Yeah. I think I gave you too.
Yeah, it's one of the few fuck yous I gave, man.
This is directed by Tim Story too.
Yeah.
Who is black?
But
also hasn't made a good movie in quite a while.
Oh, true.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
That brother just getting a check.
Yeah.
What is the #1 worst movie of 2021 for me? What could it possibly be? You've named a lot of bad ones there. I know you know it.
I know now.
Some of you might know it, but some of you out there are scratching your head. Really? Corey, what could be worse than Tom and Jerry? Let There Be Carnage. Karen? That should have been your #1. No, y'all. This one really, for some reason, I haven't even seen all the movies in this series, but this one just bugged the shit out of me for some reason.
This is my house. I have to defend it.
Orange stripe, center pocket.
Ooh. That did not sound right.
I actually owe Tom and Jerry an apology. I accused you of being family filmmaking at its worst. You're a very close second, but Home Sweet Home Alone is the worst on my list and is one of the worst family films that I have ever seen. It's clearly just made for money.
Yeah.
It's clearly to me it's the dumbest out the series because it's also the one where you can feel it's the most forced.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I get it. You know, burglars breaking into your home, that's pretty forced, Corey, if they do that several times with different kids. But this is the one where I'm like, who am I supposed to root for?
You don't like anyone. That's you hate that kid in the beginning, and you hate those two who are breaking in because they're stupid.
They're idiots.
Just dumb. You're adults. What are you doing?
But, you know, it is so misguided in its desperation, and it is so forced. People, here's the story. This is how, like the others, I'd rather them just have burglars trying to break back, like crooks, like I'd rather them bring back Daniel Stern and Joe Pesci again and have them do the same shit over and over again. Because at least it makes sense. This doesn't make any sense. They're reaching because they got to make something. This is a story about two parents, a couple here, who they want to get this doll back that they think was mistakenly taken by this kid that came to their house while it had an open house to use the bathroom. They think they took this doll. What's so important about this doll? Well, this doll is worth a lot of money. At least that's what they think online after looking up the worth of the doll. And why do they need this doll? Because this poor family, they're not like this kid's family right here, where they can jet set to Japan and leave their kid behind. You know, this other family, for Christmas, they got to sell their home. And they got to also get some money because, you know, times are hard. Dad is struggling with his job. Mom is trying to pay for the whole family and barely getting by. So they need this because they don't want to be homeless. They really need that doll. And the thing is that here's where the stupid part comes in. All this could have been solved if the parents went to the house and just yelled up, "Hey kid, we don't want to hurt you. We're here to see if you have our doll." But no, they immediately start trying to break in.
Yep.
Because of some forced miscommunication. Okay. Meanwhile, the kid here is like, somehow he hears that they want to break in and kill him. Because they always
sell him into slavery.
Sell him into slavery.
That's what it is, yeah.
Yeah, because they always have that dialogue of they're talking about something completely different.
Yeah, it's another misunderstanding.
Yeah. And I feel bad for these, at least I kind of feel bad for the parents because he's trying to kill them.
Yes.
Like it's really not funny seeing these desperate ass stupid people almost being murdered by this bloodthirsty kid who really is gonna try to murder them, man.
Like that moment right there. You should have killed him right there.
Who the f am I supposed to be rooting for in here? Because I don't like anybody.
No. You know.
And talk about just casting wrong. I'm sorry. There's a reason why Macaulay Culkin was a phenomenon for the time. He was a cute kid.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this kid is ugly, but this kid just looks obnoxious.
Everything you're saying plays into what I see when I watch the trailer. But it's him giving the one-liners and narrating constantly.
Yes.
Where I was just like, we don't need that. We don't need you, the kid, trying to convince us you're the smartest person in the room and you're above it all. Just let it play out.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they do what they do in every Home Alone movie. They do the speech. This is my home. I'm going to defend it. And it's like, yeah, you've told that speech every fucking film.
Yeah.
We get it. Just go and try to start killing these people and call it a day, man. This is the most cynical piece of holiday filmmaking I've ever seen. It's very obvious they did this for the money.
To keep the property alive.
To keep the property alive.
The pop culture zeitgeist.
It's almost like they have to make a Home Alone movie to keep the rights.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's horrible, y'all. This pissed me off. I get this a f you. Anytime you do something that's transparent like this, where you are obviously doing it for the money. You can feel where you're stretching these ideas because they have nothing. I was like, no, f you, man. Am I supposed to sit up here and reward you?
Yeah. I mean,
see what this shit is doing to me?
I see. I did not expect this to end up as your number one.
It's the number one because it's still fresh in my mind too. I hate that f***ing kid. I hate that I feel like these people, because I feel bad.
He was so lovable in Jojo Rabbit.
He was.
He was, and he's still kind of lovable.
No, he's not. He's a piece of shit.
In this, he's a piece of shit. You put him in another movie,
he's like
be
Cartman.
lovable.
He's like a British Cartman. It's like,
oh, he sure is.
He's like, give me soda. I want soda. And it's like, oh, God.
Oh, he's talking back to his mom?
Oh, hell no.
That's the first thing he's doing is talking back to his mom.
Don't you make another Home Alone movie unless you got something real. I don't want to hear this shit no more. Like anybody listening to me.
Exactly. Oh, no. We got you. Make another Home Alone movie. Okay.
Shit,
we're on it.
I want a movie where the director's trying to come in and finish his film, and there's a kid who's preventing the whole thing, stopping the filmmakers from proceeding from.
That's a good idea.
Shit, where a kid invades the set and doesn't allow them to finish the movie.
It's Macaulay Culkin.
Because that'd be funny.
It's like the Phantom of the Opera.
There's a kid who loves Home Alone so much, and he's sick of all the sequels, that when he hears that they're making another one, he invades the studio and prevents the director from coming back in with his crew and sets up traps. Now that right there.
Or they bring the original kid on as a consultant on the new movies, but he's secretly sabotaging it the whole time because he doesn't want to be replaced. He still wants to always be known as that kid.
I'll take it.
I love that.
It's better than what we have already.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Yeah.
I got just some real quick disappointments. Just 3 of them. Disappointment number 1. House of Gucci. House of Gucci, directed by Ridley Scott with
House of Goofy.
Google, hell yeah. With a rich with a rich history and story behind it should have been much better than this. And by the way, I say it's a disappointment because I still had fun with this movie, but not as a good movie.
No.
Trashy.
As we talked about, well, trashy would actually be kind of cool too. And it's hilarious. And Jared Leto in here. Oh, Jared Leto's the
Wario?
MVP, man. Wario, yeah. Hey.
Oh, why you do this to me?
You killing me. Oh, my genius.
You're breaking my heart.
You breaking my heart. You breaking my heart. Oh, I mean, I give this movie credit for just having the balls to even proceed.
that they watched those dailies and went, all right, let's get back out there.
It's fine. It's good.
And they knew what they had, and somebody said, keep it going. No. House of Gucci, man. I had so much entertainment from that, but it should have been better.
Yes.
It should have been a God-honest good movie.
Yeah.
Disappointment number 2.
Okay.
Maybe this isn't the story we think it is.
No, it ain't.
Nope. Not what you wanted. Don't know what's going on.
Some people on that blue shit and think that it is, but it's not. The Matrix Resurrection. This is a jumble of a movie, man. It's a jumble of a movie because it's trying to jumble and balance and incorporate and tie together too many ideas. You know, this is trying to do too much, too many philosophies, too many storylines. You know, this whole thing with it being meta, everybody thinks that's very clever, and it is, but it should have stuck with that.
Well, one story is that Warner Brothers is going to make this no matter what, and Lana said, well, if you're going to do it, I should be the one to direct it. Plus, I got some things I want to say. But it starts out going like, hey, f*** you for wanting a sequel. You shouldn't want that.
Yeah.
And later, it's like, well, f*** you that you didn't like the last 2 movies. And then later, it's just like, well, we're pretty much being everything we said was terrible.
Yeah, it's my last disappointment right here. I know a lot of people are trying to guess what it is. Some people might have actually forgotten about this, but this is probably my biggest disappointment. It should have been so much better.
Presenting King Akeem's son from America.
And my mom's.
And his mom's.
What did you just say about?
People, without John Landis here working with Eddie Murphy for Coming to America, 2 being the number 2, the sequel to Coming to America, is, you know, that's a very special film, man. Everything was hitting at the right time. Yeah. It made, you know what, everything was hitting at the right time. And if you can't, again, like with Home Alone, if you can't bring that spark like you had that first one, you just gonna end up being a flat, I don't think this is terrible, but just kind of generic comedy right here, man. Yeah, this just felt flat. It really did, you know, some chuckles here and there, but not nearly as funny. No. As it should have been. I mean, I really didn't laugh.
Not even close.
No, I didn't even laugh that much in this.
I only enjoyed Wesley Snipes.
Yes, he was the only good thing.
Oh yeah, Wesley Snipes was great in this. Hey everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts.